I'm a survivor.
I'm Jeff Varner from Survivor's Australian Outback in Cambodia. You know, when Abby's acting up, Gandhi is storming off, or Deb is looking for rocks somewhere, you are exactly where you need to be. Oh my God, this is delicious. Who needs food when you've got Dwayne and David? This is Survivor Talk with D&D.
So if you feel me, put your hands
Welcome to Survivor Talk with D&D. I'm Dwayne.
And I'm David.
And we're just two best friends talking about the show we love, Survivor. Now, David, on that intro, Jeff Varner, thank you, Jeff, for doing our intro for us. By the way, he was great on the premiere. He was really good on the premiere.
Yep.
On our premiere recap. And you can go back and listen to that. What does he say? It sounds like he says Gandhi. He says, if Abby Maria... Here, listen to it again.
Okay.
I'm a survivor.
I'm Jeff Varner from Survivor's Australian Outback in Cambodia. You know, when Abby's acting up, Gandhi is storming off, or Deb...
Who?
Gandia.
Who's that?
If you had asked me before the show, I could have found out, but I have no idea.
I'm like, who are you talking? Who is Gandhi? Did not play Survivor.
No.
Anyway, I probably should have asked him who that was. But anyway, I wonder who Gandia was. But anyway, thank you, Jeff Varner, for our show intro. Welcome to our listener feedback show for the Survivor Kaôh premiere episode.
Oh,
we decided.
I know who she is.
Okay, who is she?
She's from. She's Gandia Johnson. She played with Brian Heidick his season, and she's the one that accused another survivor of making advances.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Which, now it all makes sense.
Yes, now it all makes sense. Today, so in tonight's show, it's a special feedback edition. We used to do Thursday night, and I think we used to do Wednesday night. What, David?
One time only. Special feedback.
Yeah, we're not going to do this. The next Sunday night episode we have is going to be a patron-only episode, and that's April 3rd. I had to leave in the middle of Downton Abbey. David's missing, Walking Dead.
I'm 2 Abbeys behind, and I'm missing the end of Walking Dead. So,
but we love y'all, and we promised you. So
we love you. We love you more than zombies and rich people who are living above their wealth. So
yeah. Anyway, but on tonight's show, great show tonight. We're going to have feedback. We have 6 feedback. We have iTunes reviews. We have the D&D Survivor Challenge results, and ladies and gentlemen, Mikko's Challenge. Now, we are going to continue to name it Mikko's Challenge in honor of Mikko, who started it all. But taking over Mikko's Challenge is Martin Leeds from Germany.
Now, I looked at the comments and the questions, and either Martin is you or a fan of you.
No, don't even.
There are a couple that are obvious, but at the same time,
David,
if my questions are as hard as some of your questions, I'm really in trouble.
David,
because I've not watched.
I watched the stupid episode one time.
Me too.
Wednesday night. While I was taking notes, I haven't watched it since. And I just want to say the Mikko Challenge tradition of giving you easy questions and me hard ones is continuing. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you, Martin.
Because your first question is such an easy one. Anyway, that's later on in the show. So
okay,
we already told you about our Jeff Varner recap. So go back. What, David?
You're setting me up for failure, aren't you?
No, it's the easiest.
Okay.
In fact, I messaged him and said, "Really? This is your first question?" And he said, "Quote, got to keep the tradition alive." Unquote.
I love it. Martin's
That's
awesome.
half the fun. So anyway, Sunday, April 3rd, if you are a D&D patron through patreon.com/Survivor Talk, we have a special treat for you. We're going to have a call-in show. It will not be video. It will be on the telephone. It'll be a conference call. And all patrons before the end of March, right? You have to be a patron by the end of March, and your patron has to go through, right? You can't sign up and then your credit card gets... I'm a patron. No, you're not. But but anyway, if you're a D&D patron, we got a special treat for you, Kelly. And I'm saying this now. I know of at least one more person. she has asked her dad. So Dale Wentworth will also be on the show, and she's working on 2 more people. All right? It will be a conference call where you will call in, and I will, like, unmute you and let you ask your question and stuff like that, and you'll get to listen to the entire phone conversation. And then after it's over, I will make the podcast audio only available for our patrons, and it will be on our Patreon page. So this is truly a patron podcast. A huge thank you, because we honestly could not do what we do without our D&D patrons. So thank you very much. And that is Sunday, April 3rd. So you have time to become a D&D patron. If you're watching live, thank you so much for doing that in our chat room. Looks like it's me and David and D&amp. There you go. From Thailand. There you go.
Sweet.
Hey, D&amp, what time is it in Thailand? That's what I want to know. David, you got something to say? It has something to do with your buff that you're wearing.
Before I remind folks that they have 9 days or 8 days left to enter Durham Warriors, I found out today at my church that there are about 6 people, maybe 8 people in my choir that are avid Survivor fans.
Really?
That I had this is how bad I am about advertising this podcast, because you like Survivor? So anyway.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
Really?
And my first thought to Terry driving home was, I should have a finale party. And then, but I can't, because the finale party's on Wednesday night during choir practice.
No. You know what you do? You tell your music guy, look, dude, this is important. This is the Super Bowl of CBS.
And I'm taking 4 other couples with me.
That's right.
But I'm thinking about it now, having a finale party with these folks, because they're awesome folks, and it's the couples. They all watch it. So it would be so cool to have a finale party. I might just do that.
Somebody asked me the other day, hey, do you watch Survivor? And I was like, where have you been? Do you follow me on Facebook? Do you follow me on Twitter? Do you know I'm wearing a Survivor Talk with D&D shirt, and you're asking me if I...
You mentioned Twitter, and this is the part where I'm active on Twitter at the beginning of the season, because it'll die off very quickly. But the people that follow me that are my friends probably like, does he ever tweet about anything not Survivor? And it's like, no, because I don't tweet. I just reply and remit. But anyway,
I have a non-Survivor Twitter account that I rarely ever use.
I have one.
Go ahead.
For soccer, but I don't coach college anymore or showcase anymore. So anyway, 8 days, people. You've got 8 days, and if you're listening to this on Monday, you've got 7 days to apply. Get your application in. Make a quick video. Sign up for one of the most amazing events. And I promise you, this year will probably be even bigger and better than last year, which is going to be hard because I was there. But it's going to be even bigger and better than last year. The Durham Warriors, if you're watching, it's my buff, my official 2015 buff. Dwayne's got one too.
I have
right
one.
Up there over his right shoulder. This is you've got like 8 days now, probably 7 if you're listening to it, to apply and sign up. It's DurhamWarriorsChallenge.com. Get on it. You will not regret this. And if you are within like 4 hours, maybe, of Durham, Maine, make the drive on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday and watch it, because there is a public forum area. It's almost like bleachers because the dirt is piled at an angle. So you bring your little soccer chair, your lawn chair, and you sit up there and watch. You meet survivors, because survivors like Dan Foley walk through the crowd all day, talking your ear off. You'll get to take pictures with anybody you want. There's souvenirs you can buy. There's food you can buy. Come up there and spend the day and have a blast. It is awesome. It is amazing. You don't want to miss it. Even if you don't want to apply, just drive up there for the day, for the weekend, and stay.
Yeah. Ethan was there last year for a day, I think.
Yeah, well, I was playing, so I didn't get to meet him.
It was funny. I went up to Ethan and I said, hey, I'm Dwayne from Survivor Talk. You don't know who that is, do you? And he goes, no. He goes, but now I do. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Such a nice guy. I would have liked the opportunity to find out if he knew who we were, but I couldn't do that.
Well, he didn't. That's all right. I should have said, hey, I'm Dwayne from RHAP. And then he would have known who I was.
I know all the people from RHAP, and you're not from there.
Yeah. Yeah, really. By the way, David and I both listened to Jeff Varner's premiere recap with Rob, and it was really good. In fact, you get a whole lot more of, like with ours, you get a whole lot of the show, of the premiere episode, but with Rob's, you're going to get a lot of fun stuff about Jeff's seasons and stuff like that. So, and of course, he repeats some of the same stuff with the aqua dumps and stuff, but really good episodes. So go and catch that with Rob. But yeah, go to Durham Warrior Survival Challenge. It's a blast. And I wish I could go this year, but I can't. All I got to say is Kelly Wentworth better not go the year I can't go. That would upset me.
Oh, I was picking her up from there. I'm taking my whole family. I mean, my whole entire crew. All 5 of us are going. We're going to have a blast. 3 of us are involved. Wow. And two other 2 are going to watch. Davis is going to love it because he's going to see all the challenges and then go hang out at a hotel, probably swim in the pool. So,
Oh, yeah. Cool.
he's going to love it.
Yeah. All right. You ready?
Oh, was that? I thought we were done. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Good feedback.
Yeah. Here we go, y'all. What happened? It went away. All right. It is time for listener feedback. First, we have Lazarus. Do we know where Lazarus is from, David?
Jerusalem. I mean, no, I don't know where he's from.
Yes, Lazarus. This is Lazarus' second time. All right, forget it. You may not get that. All right. Hey, guys.
He's coming back for another feedback.
Yeah, it's coming. Lazarus, come forth. Hey, guys, Laz with new season feedback. Brawn shout. Oh, there he goes, speaking Old English, just like the new King James, just like the King James version. Brawn shall not go unscathed this time. But Darnell, really? Yes, he dropped the goggles. He still put in effort. As described in show, Alicia did not do much in challenge nor in camp. Perhaps they see her as more comfortable, not digging their choice. Yeah, I agree. I did enjoy their tribe except for Alicia, though. Her responses to the idle questions and them trying to let her in, not promising for her future. Beauty is my favorite tribe in game so far. Anna and Julia connected. Michelle seems with them. And as you guys discussed, they have their pick of the litter. Nick is not being a total ASS, so he was playing it up. He or Caleb could be with them. That kind of plays into, there's some more of Laz, but plays into the CBS teaser or whatever, their press release. Two unlikely people. I'm thinking Caleb and Ty hook up, become alliances, and Nick is on the outs. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and I don't think you can count seeing about 2.5 seconds of Nick through the whole episode as Nick not living up to what he saw in the interviews. We're going to get more Nick. Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Brains with the first win. Awesome. Crazy Cat Lady is poised to strike next week, though. Could get ugly. I think Brawn could have bought so much. What are you doing?
Getting my notes ready for me to write.
There's a mute button for a reason.
Yeah, I dropped it.
I think Braun could have bought so much more goodwill with Darnell staying. If they did go on to not lose at this point, I see no encouraging factors for Alicia would stay to them. Factors that okay. She isn't even really a Brawn. Seems much more beauty than most of the beauty. And Lazarus, I think we're in the same camp. By the way, everybody, I just want to tell you a little behind-the-scenes thing here. All right? So David and I use Google Drive to share documents. So I'm reading this feedback document. Meanwhile, David, on his computer, way in Virginia, is clicking all over the document. And I see this pink David pop up everywhere. And it's so distracting, David. Stop it.
Oh, you could see that?
Yes.
I'm using the cursor to go down and read it.
Let me show you what happens. Do you see that, David?
No, I'm not on that section of the page.
Here. Yeah.
Okay, now I see.
All right. Thank you, Lazarus, for your feedback. That was good feedback.
Like Varner said, I think there's a lot more to Alicia and the others than we saw for them to keep her. Maybe they think her as a non-threat. Maybe Darnell, somebody they thought they could do something later on. So
I don't know. I think without telling Sydney, they wanted to separate Sydney and Darnell.
Yeah.
Sydney's not a fan of Alicia, so Alicia's an easy next boot, and they have their 4. You know,
there you go.
And if they had kept Darnell, then there's a risk of Sydney and Darnell because they were obviously pairing up. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's much better this way. All right, next we have our friend from South Dakota, who I believe is going to be on vacation next week, so therefore will not have feedback. Isn't that right, David?
I think she's on vacation right now.
Oh, okay.
Which we probably shouldn't mention because her house might be empty, so we probably shouldn't be talking about
No, her house is not empty. She has relatives staying there.
Oh.
All right, here we go. This is Wendy Zell from South Dakota.
Hey, Dwayne and David and all my Survivor buddies. This is Wendy from South Dakota. I'm so glad to have another season of Survivor starting. A bit of a contrast from this season to last season, and there's pros and cons for each. Last season, knowing all the players right away is kind of neat, but then their play can be a bit predictable. This season, it takes a little longer to get to know everybody, but you have no idea what they're going to do. I was also glad that it was an hour and a half. It's nice to get to know a little bit of the dynamics of each tribe, and an hour just doesn't give enough time for that, so that was nice to see. I was disappointed to see the Brawn tribe come in last, and surprised, because that challenge was mostly brawn, and you would think that they would excel at that. And I'm afraid they may have made the wrong choice in sending home who they sent home. They're there and they know the whole story, but she's tiny and she's not good at puzzles, and she doesn't seem to be really adept at the social part of the game either. So I guess I was a little bit dumbfounded in why they decided to keep Alicia over Darnell. But like I said, we're not there, so we don't see all of that. I know Dwayne and David are going to hate that I'm about to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. My favorite line of the whole episode was from Debbie when she said, "Puzzles lay down for me like lovers." I thought that was so interesting and funny. I was surprised that we didn't see her doing the puzzle portion of the challenge. I would have liked to see her do the puzzle portion, because she was saying she could make fire and they never showed her making fire, so did she not come through on that? And then why didn't they put her on the puzzles if she's that good at puzzles? So personally, I enjoy her. I think she's super fun. I know that she's getting on a lot of the people's nerves, but she doesn't bother me at all. I think she's quite entertaining. It's better than being with someone boring. But anyway, that's my thoughts for this week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Wendy Zell. All right. David, are you back?
I don't think that's I would be upset that she mentioned that line, because I think it's one of the best lines ever said in Survivor.
I know. It was
that is one of the funniest,
great.
Most poetic things I've ever heard from anybody. I agree that, of course, we're not there. We're not with Debbie 24/7, but I wouldn't necessarily want somebody that's going to just sit and not talk. I kind of would need somebody to keep a conversation going to a degree. I think, first part of our feedback, I think we're going to start seeing more mixed seasons. We've talked about this a lot. It'll be a while before we see a newbie back-to-back season, I think. I think they're going to keep trying to mix themes in and stuff.
Really?
I do. Even if you figure it'll be a partial, like a Philippine season or a Caramoan split season. I don't know. We might see another newbie season again soon, but I think, yeah. So, and then we've covered it. There's more going on with Brawn, which is why Darnell left, like you just said in the previous feedback. Right. So, but no, I love that line that Debbie said, and I like Debbie too. I don't know how she is out there, but I like her. I think she's funny. Yeah. And it's interesting that we didn't see her on the puzzle, but we did see Aubrey, and we don't necessarily talk about edits. We don't necessarily look at edits so much. We do look at little things. Like last season, I never bought that Spencer was having a major second chance comeback. I never really thought he was going to win at the end. But Aubrey, we saw Aubrey suffering in the beginning, and I was thinking about it, did we see that just to remind us of how bad it is, or did we see that to see her come full circle? Because she came full circle by the end of the episode when she pretty much had a big part in winning the challenge.
Right.
But at the same time, we didn't get a whole lot of what a comeback for Aubrey, although we did hear a lot about her diving for the paddles. She got all 4, and she did part of the puzzle. So I'm hoping we see more of that, which tells me that she could be one like Wendy from Durham Warriors, who got sick Friday night, ended up winning the whole thing. And that made a good impression on people, especially on some of the survivors. So I thought that was kind of neat that they actually showed us her getting sick.
Yeah.
And then being a big part of the challenge.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Wendy. Always good to have Wendy's audio feedback. And David's got the next one.
This is Risto from Finland. I want to say a first-time feedbacker. And I know what you're doing. You're just going to click all over the page. I saw by the smile on your face, which I've seen on your sons many a time, that you're up to something devious. But I did not proofread this, so I'm hoping it's not written in Finnish, that I can read it. So, this was one of the best premieres I have seen in a long time. Overall, good episode and good editing. Good challenge and blindside at the end. I'm going to tell my opinions about the players. First, she starts with brawn. Aubrey, she surprised me in a positive.
Really? He starts with brawn?
Or brains, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, it's kind of important.
It is, especially when I mention Aubrey. It's Sunday night. I had as long a day as you did.
I know.
I've got this font so big that I don't know how I couldn't read that wrong.
I know, it's like 3 words a line.
First, we're going to start with the brain tribe. Aubrey, she surprised me in a positive way. I thought that she would be an outsider and early out. She might have gotten a little bit sick, but she still was in with the crew. I agree. She was really good. Peter, he was just there and didn't seem to do much anything. Hey, you should read my rankings because that's about what I said about Peter as well.
Yeah, in fact, David and Colton's power rankings are already up on the website. And if you can't find them right away, at the very top, there's the menus, and one of them says blogs/power rankings. They're there.
Yeah, we were hitting you up Thursday saying mine were already done. Thursday morning. It was so good. All right, let's see. Neil, I liked him, and he seems to be kind of the leader of the beach people, and I hope he gets far. Debbie, just interrupt me if you want to say something. Debbie, I was kind of thinking that she would be good, but she seemed to be on the outs, which is what I hoped for. Okay. Liz, she had a bit quiet episode, but I think she still had an okay episode, and I hope that she'll do well. And Joe, he had also a really quiet episode, and I really didn't get to know his strategy or him as a character. I agree. We didn't get a whole lot of Joe.
We didn't. Not a whole lot of Joe.
I think we're going to get more this week, though. From the clips. On to the beauty tribe. Get that one right. First, Anna. She had probably the best episode from the cast. I liked how she played, and I can't wait to see more from her. Caleb.
All right.
Caleb. He had an okay episode. Michelle. She didn't have much airtime, but I still liked her. See, I thought Michelle and Anna both had quite a bit of airtime. I thought they were almost even. Nick. All I got from him was that he is still a dushback. He likes more. Dishback. There you go. I'll use that word.
Dishback.
Julia, she got only one confessional, and I hope that her edit will pick up. I do too. Actually, no, I don't, because she's on the brigade. No, I'm just kidding. Ty, he started out strong, but then fell flat. In the early game of Survivor, people take any excuse to vote you out. And if they see you looking for the idol, you have a big target on your back, which is a bit weird because I bet that everyone is looking for the idol.
Yep. But like we talked about with Varner, they're looking for anything they can to mesh, to come together and have something to talk about.
Yeah, he really made a good point about people just making up anything. Yeah. Any little lie or even if it's not true. I think he's so-and-so. Oh, that was a great point. Brawn, in all caps, you guys had one job, win the challenges, and you guys couldn't even do that. Gash. I'm not sure what gash means, but that's
it may be gosh. He's from Finland.
Gosh. Sorry. Gosh. Sydney. We'll start with Sydney. She was really quiet, but she seems to have an attitude known as Storm. And for her, she needs to keep her hidden, and she might get far. Jennifer. Jennifer.
Wait, did you catch the Fantastic or whatever? The X-Men? Marvel? Yeah. Whatever, yeah. X-Men reference?
Yeah. She named a Storm in her bio. Yeah, she said that's a Storm. Yeah.
All right.
Jennifer, she surprised me positively, and now I kind of like her, but I think she'll be early merge. Alicia, why Darnell got voted out before she did? She hasn't watched the show at all and isn't even entertaining.
Oh, man.
I'll bet that Brawn won't lose before the swap, and when the swap comes or merge it, she will flip on the Brawn with beauty brains or both and wipe the Brawns out, sadly. Well, that's a big prediction. Yeah. Scott, I like him surprisingly because in the pregame feedback, I called him boring. Now, did Risto send in pregame? Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. So this is the second feedback. Gotcha. You could have corrected me on that. And
I didn't remember.
And I enjoyed him a lot. I remembered the boring word.
Yeah.
I enjoyed him a lot in the first episode. Jason, in the pregame, I loved him. And after one episode, I love him even more. He got good amount of confessionals and played really well. I'm really hoping that he wins this game. And P.S. Didn't he have the most bad A first confessional ever?
Which was that? Jason's?
Yeah.
I don't remember his first confessional.
I think it was the one about being the bounty where you're the paycheck. And I got to get you or something like that. Plus, he didn't have any sunburn. So I think that was the first one. The boot, a.k.a. Darnell. Where there goes my winner pick.
Oh, wow.
I actually have never picked Survivor Winter Preseason, and I started watching from 22. And I watched bits and episodes from YouTube from earlier seasons, but twice my favorite of the season from start to finish won, Tony and Tyson. I really got blindsided because in Scott's first confessional, he said, weak ones have to go. That's right, he did. And camera showed Alicia, so I figured when they lose, she'll go home. Then after she said that everyone will think that she'll be a Barbie and people will underestimate her, I thought maybe she won't go. After the challenge, I thought that she is definitely going home. When they got to camp, I went a couple times between her and Darnell, and when they were heading to Tribal, I thought that Darnell was going home, and I couldn't believe it. When Tribal went on, I thought that something needed to happen, and the people started talking about switching their votes, and I was sure that Darnell was going home. After all, he didn't. But after all, he didn't. My top players from each tribe are, drumroll please, Anna.
Sorry.
Anna, she made the Girls Alliance happen. If I'm correct, please. If I'm incorrect, please correct me. No, I think you're right. Was good. Anna was good. Anna, she made the Girls Alliance happen. She was good with everyone, and I got Kim Spradlin vibes from her. Neil, I think he did pretty well greeting his group, and I got a bit of Jeremy Collins vibes from him because he was shown to great the Alliance, and they showed him talking to people.
Create.
Sorry, yes. Yeah. Jason, he played really well and played a little bit like Russell Hantz, but I actually think he also played like Jeremy, getting this power alliance together, a way more likable. Next time on, here's a prediction. Joe finds the idol. Brains will go to Tribal, and they will vote Debbie off.
Well, I disagree with his next time on assessment. Mm-hmm. But he could be right. I mean, you'll have to wait for my Dwayne's driving predictions to see what my thoughts
That's right.
are. Of course, they change. Thank you very much for your feedback. Oh, you're going to read Andy's also?
Well, that's how you got it in the notes. You had me back-to-back and then you back-to-back.
Why would I do that?
I don't know. Do you want to read Andy and I'll read the next one?
Yeah. All right. Here we go. This is Andy Westover from Missouri, the Show Me State. Good evening, D&D. I, like everyone else, am nervous about the post-All-Star effect on this season. Even going into... Wait. I, like everyone else. I'm not. Are you, David?
No. I'm looking forward
really.
to it. I'm like Wendy. I like a mix of seasons. This is a totally different season.
All right. Andy, a little editing here. I, like almost everyone else, am nervous about the post-All-Star effect on this season.
Good.
Even going into the first episode, we are naturally not as familiar with the new cast as we already were with last season's returnees when that season started. Familiarity with the cast makes the show easier to watch, as it is easier to track specific characters and storylines. Personally, I hope Anna and Elizabeth are not on the same tribe anytime soon, because they look so incredibly similar to me. I don't know if I'll be able to tell the difference until we get to know them more. Similarly, for all the nerds out there that watch the preseason videos, like most of us probably, it does not take too long to see that some people are a lot like or nothing like their preseason videos, which make the transition into the new season that much more tricky. Hopefully everyone will stick with it, and this will be a great season. I will tell you a little side note here. I have people that I know that are not super fans, but just like the show. Like they know I do a podcast, but they don't listen to any podcast. You know, they just watch it, and they are already liking the season. So,
well, I was so excited because it was like we knew what the gift was, but we didn't know what the gift was going to be like. So it was like opening. Whereas last season we kind of knew what all the gifts were going to be like. We knew where all the players were going to be like, who we weren't going to like, who we were going to like. This season, you know, we barely saw videos and words from them. It seems like, and that's why I liked it.
He continues, that aside, I thought it was quite interesting to have a 3-3 tie and revote in the very first episode. I couldn't remember if that had ever happened, and memory suggested that it seems that there is usually more of a strong majority on the first vote, since they are often voting out a nuisance of some sort. As I like to do, I decided to check the Survivor Wiki to see what I could learn of this. Overall, a revote due to tied votes has only happened 16 times in Survivor history, dating back to episode 13 of Borneo, and including 3 revotes in Survivor Caramoan alone. However, until this time, the earliest in the season it had occurred was in the second episode of San Juan del Sur, when Val Collins was sent home on a revote instead of Baylor Wilson. So this is indeed the first time a revote has occurred in a first episode. The reason why there was a strong majority to get out Darnell, but they were unsure of the idol, and so they split the votes to make sure that Alicia or Darnell did not have the idol. And then once it was shown that they didn't, then they went with who they were going to get out originally, and that's Darnell. And that is straight from Jason.
Yep.
He basically said, we are, make sure there wasn't an idol.
Yep, flushing
I
the
added
idol.
everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I added everything else.
So smart play. I mean, it makes complete sense now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, with Darnell Hamilton being axed after the original 3-3 tie, I was curious if anyone had ever gone home in the first episode with that low of a percentage of votes. And if in my original hypothesis was true, that there is generally an overwhelming majority in the first vote. We learned from the wiki that on average, 71% of the votes in the first tribal go toward that person who is voted out. That suggests to me that there is generally a pretty strong alliance, or at least that the camp is united against an obvious foe. Surprisingly, there were 3 other first tribals where the person voted out received 50% or less of the vote or less. Sonia Christopher fell victim to a 4-3-1 vote in episode 1 of Borneo. That was completely different, though. Borneo alliances were taboo, and,
Yeah.
But anyway. As did Ryan Aiken in the Amazon. The most interesting vote to me was the Francesca Hoagie losing 4-3-2 vote in episode 1 of Redemption Island. That's only 44% of the votes. That group sure wasn't on the same page. What I love about this was that people were willing to be blunt and were open to changing things up in the middle of Tribal Council. I don't think we see as much of that spontaneity in a returnee season. That's it for now. Andy Westover, Cameron, Missouri. Thank you, Andy.
Andy with the numbers.
Yep. All right. David's got the next one.
This is Shannon. Hello, D&D. I really enjoyed the first episode of Kaôh, and I'm really excited for the season to play out. This is the first season I've taken the time to watch all videos, read all bios, and listen to 4 different preview podcasts. And it was really interesting watching the episode thinking I know these players already. I was really positively surprised by the likes of Scott and Neil and a tad disappointed with Darnell and Ty. I know it's only the first episode and quite early, but it seems like each tribe has a person whom has really positioned themselves well as they are calling the shots but are hiding in the shadow of the player who might become the perceived leader.
Yep.
Talked about this in my rankings too. I'm referring to Kyle, Liz, and Michelle, who seem to be aware that Scott, Neil, and Anna, respectively, want to be calling the shots. What do you guys think? Am I way off? So I mentioned in my rankings when I ranked Kyle pretty high, Jason, Kyle, Sarge, that I think Scott is verbally and physically the leader, but Jason is subtly the leader and more in control.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
What about Liz and Neil? I don't know. I think Neil's in a pretty good position. I don't necessarily. I mean, Liz and Neil might be working together. We just haven't seen everything from Brains.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And Michelle and Anna, I think that's more closer to an equal power situation. I think, to me, the most obvious one is Jason and Scott. But he could be right. Could be right. I don't think you're way off. I don't remember where I heard this last season. Again, I listened to at least 4 different podcasts, so that's 4 more than me. But after the Joe Boot episode, during which he fainted, someone pointed out that challenge would have been a drag if we weren't expecting someone to collapse due to the preview a week earlier. On that same token. Yeah,
he thinks that challenge would have been boring?
Somebody mentioned in a podcast that someone pointed out that challenge would have been a drag if we weren't expecting someone to collapse due to the preview a week earlier. So that wasn't us, but somebody mentioned that would have been disappointing if somebody actually didn't fall or didn't pass out. So instead of somebody just dropped their pole or something, I guess.
Okay.
On that same token, I feel like watching Aubrey's breakdown and Jennifer's bad A battle against a bug munching from the inside, there was an added suspense of a lurking medevac.
Yeah.
Now, this can get old really fast, and I hope I don't eat my words, but for the premiere, it wasn't too bad. No, I agree. It was for 90 minutes. I didn't think it was very much a part of the episode at all. In fact, Jennifer stated that it was 3 days. So it happened on day 1, and on day 3 it got rid because the medical wouldn't see her until right before the first challenge.
Right.
And it was like a 3-day event. She told everybody at her party that. So, and Aubrey's was probably pretty early on too. But I think that was just them showing us what happens.
Yeah.
But I really hope
you can't not show the bug in the ear.
Yeah.
I mean,
and for the most part, that might have been the most interesting thing that happened at the Brains trial.
Yeah,
you can get Debbie telling more about her occupations, or you can get Aubrey actually looking. And I was thinking the same thing, that both of these girls were near a point of walking out, because of the pain and situation. Yeah. So, yep. Too bad. Oh, and I'm in love with Jennifer Lanzetti. Just saying, good choice, David. Now, just for the record,
good
I did
choice,
not
David.
choose her because I'm in love with her. I chose her because I thought she fit the bill to be a winner, a sole survivor in this game. So, but if he's in love with her, that's fine.
Oh, get this. By the way, thank you for your feedback.
Thank you, Janet.
Thank you very much. 2 things. Tonight we were watching, Connie was catching up this afternoon on Survivor, and I walked in, and Liz was on the screen. Her and Neil were in the water talking. Mm-hmm. And Connie goes, wow, she's just really beautiful. And I said, yep, she is. So my own wife mentioned that about Liz. Remember, everybody's saying, no, Anna's prettier than Liz. Nope. Sorry, y'all. Elizabeth. Just saying. That comes from my own wife. The other thing, how funny was it during the episode whenever Debbie was like, y'all can use the saw. and Joe's just watching her going, whatever.
He finally stopped her. Like, you're going to pass out if you keep missing because you're not cutting it. And then
no progress is being made.
So I wonder what she has against the saw. I haven't seen any tweets or anything, but that's kind of odd because unless she's had a saw accident or something.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, is this our last one, I think?
I think so.
Yeah. This is Will from Wonder Lake at the Giant Ninja. What's up, guys? It's Will from Wonder Lake again, a.k.a. the Giant Ninja. Right now, I am driving from St. Louis back to Chicago. I am composing this with a voice-to-text app, so I am sorry if there are any typos. But I know that the road noise bothers Dwayne, so I didn't want to put him through that. No, it doesn't, Will. Come on. I just, if you give me something to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. So, I'm very excited for a new season of Survivor. As you guys know, I love season 28. Tony and Spencer were so much fun to watch, and of course, I love me some Cass. So I didn't mind Survivor going back to the well with the format. I'm a big believer that the cast makes the season, not the theme. But brains versus beauty versus brawn is inherently interesting. One of the things that is most interesting about this theme is seeing a group of people with the same main skill trying to weed out the worst of both of them. It's not enough to be the strongest of the brawn tribe. Everybody is strong. You need to be able to bring something else to the table. That's why Tony was so successful. He was the smartest brawn. I see that same potential with Kyle Jason, the Detroit bounty hunter. In fact, I like Jason so much that I am willing to forgive him for his hometown and assume he's not a Red Wings fan.
Now, I'm going to say something right there that I did not put in my rankings, but I thought the same thing where Kyle said he's going to play like Russell, and I can see him doing that, but at the same time, I saw a little bit more of Tony in the premiere episode than I saw of Russell, which is a good thing.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. Right now, Jason is my winner pick. I think he meant, it's a text to voice to text. So he wrote, Jason is my winter pick, but I think he meant winner pick.
Be careful, you don't want to get sued.
Yeah. He's a lawyer. I got to be careful. Oh, gosh, I just almost knocked over my whole computer setup.
Did you have an earthquake or something? Everything's shaking over there.
That would have been horrible if the whole thing had collapsed. Everything's supported by this cheap Walmart table. Anyway. He seems to have control of his tribe, talking about Jason, without his tribe knowing that he has control. As long as he is likable, I like his chances, especially since he saw Russell Hantz as the only one who has ever played the game right. Russell was one of my favorite players. I don't agree that he played the game right, since it was sold on the likable to his cast. What do you think he meant to say?
Since it was lost on his unlikable unlikability to the cast.
Since he was so unlikable to his cast. Why
There
don't
you
we
go.
say that?
I like that.
Okay. If Jason can bring Russell's strategy to the game with the better likability, he might take home the $1 million, just like Tony did.
Now, you did skip one line that does kind of explain it. It says, but unlike his unlikability has caused people to forget how good he was strategically.
Sorry.
That kind of balances that sentence. No. It just makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah, it does. That said, people are already questioning his strategy. Why get rid of Darnell instead of Alicia? Well, I will tell you. At least I will tell you my best guess. He saw Darnell as loyal to Sydney. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And so keeping Darnell meant that Sydney was 1 vote away from taking control of his tribe. With a 5-person tribe, 3 would control. Sydney had her and Darnell, so all she needed was one of Jenny or Scott to flip. And Jason was on the outsides. One of Jenny or Scott to flip.
Yeah, with Darnell, if Alicia goes.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. And Jason was on the outside. I don't know whether it was the right move. I wasn't there, but I think I understand it, and I certainly appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing where the season goes from here. I hope there continue to be interesting strategic decisions that none of us understand until we examine them further. For me, that's the best thing about watching Survivor. Well, that's it for now. Later, peeps. Will at the Giant Ninja.
There you go.
Thank you, Will. By the way, speaking of Will, I have watched the entire first season of Better Call Saul, and I just want to say, bravo! I love it.
Hello, welcome to the world. Yes, that is one of the best shows last year. How they could make a prequel as good as the show that it came from is just amazing.
You know what else they did that is amazing?
What?
They made it even better. Knowing who he becomes makes watching that first season even better.
Because he's not the same person to start the show.
No, you're totally... You're like, what? What?
Especially with his brother. My goodness.
Yeah.
I love Michael McKean. He's awesome.
Yeah. All right. That was good feedback, y'all.
Very good.
That was great feedback.
You write them. We read them. iTunes Reviews.
That's right. It's time for iTunes Reviews. We have 3 new iTunes reviews this week. Derek Meredith gave us 5 stars and titled the review at Super Derek. So he titled the review his Twitter handle.
Smart.
Yes. He says a 5-star rating is all that is needed for such an amazing show. If you want to find out why, just tune in. Thank you, Derek. Next, we have Davey K01 gave us 5-star and titled the review, They Are Back with a Passion. This is the best Survivor podcast you will find. All others pale in comparison. See, David, I told you, $100 really helps get better reviews. And last, we have Polar Rocket Fan gave us 5 stars and titled the review, Awesome Show. I love to listen to this podcast. David and Dwayne are really great co-hosts. I love how it is positive. This is an entertaining podcast for any Survivor superfan. I also enjoy the fantasy pool that they do every season. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you for the reviews. Every single iTunes review helps. Also, it helps when you subscribe to us on iTunes or Stitcher or whatever, however you get your podcast. You can leave us your own review by going to our website, scrolling down, and clicking on our logo. And thank you very much. And that is iTunes Reviews.
You write them. We read them. iTunes Reviews.
Bow, bow. Yeah, we're now over 100 written reviews and 137, like, just the star ratings. So,
yeah, that's a good way to describe us. I love how it is positive. We don't really tear into people because it's not how we are, but it's because we just love Survivor, and we love. And to be honest, we don't know enough about these people. I mean, people make comments about people before they even see them play the game. I'm like, really? You haven't seen anything. Yeah. I drafted Tony second to last, and the rascal won the whole game. So I obviously have no idea how to read people before the game starts.
That's right. All right, David, it's time for us to see how our teams did on the D&D Survivor Challenge. And then after that, of course, everybody's looking forward to Mikko's challenge. But the D&D Survivor Challenge, so my Double D Brigade did pretty well, I think.
You did do well. I got the points in front of me, or do you have them?
No. This is your baby, remember?
Okay. Wah, wah. Okay, so the top point getter was the first boot because you get that little bonus. Darnell. He picked up 24 points. 15 of them were for leaving first. So that means he picked up, 11? Or he picked up 9. So
now, just a fun little fact here. Preseason, I did a quick run through all of our previous scoring system and eliminated all the ones where, if they get medevaced, if they pick their teeth, if they get first boot. I took all of those out so that we don't get points for those negative things. And I was outvoted by David and Shayna to keep this first boot in. So David's vote to keep the first boot in gave me an extra 15 points. And I would just like to say thank you, David.
Well, I was an idol or a vote away from getting those 15 points, so it didn't matter. And in fact, me and Kelly were in our little private chat with Colton saying, dude, you were lucky because he picked Alicia before we wanted to. And he was like, and he said, hold on. She's going to go all Abby Maria. She's going to take over. So he's confident of that. Let's see. After Colton, who do you think, have you looked at the points? Who do you think had the most points after that? Any quick guesses?
No.
All right. It was Anna and Ty. Both had 18 points.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So let me read down real quick. All right. The Double D Brigade. Michelle had 10. Neil had 16. Let's see. Caleb had 12. Julia had 8. Darnell has 24. Scott had 11. Aubrey had 12. Sydney had 7. And Nick had 12.
Wow.
And you came out with a total of 112 points out of that first episode.
Nice.
All right. So then on to the Thrice as Nice group. Elizabeth had 14. Jason had 11. Anna had 18. Jennifer only had 7, my one single-digit player. Peter had 12. Alicia had 14. Ty had 18. Joe had 10. And Debbie had 14. For my grand total of 118 points for the first week. So
awesome.
Even with your 15 points, I'm 6 points ahead. Yes.
Nice. And so it begins.
Yep. No idols in play yet, so maybe we'll get an idol this week. Ty almost had it. I'm like, dude, you could have had an idol. Could have had some points. But it's okay.
So you can find out all these points on our D&D challenge page when you go to our website. Scroll down below the featured articles. There's a permanent link to this page, and it will always have the current scores and every week before that. So that's the D&D Survivor Challenge. David is beating me, and thank you. Mikko was unable to do the Mikko's Challenge, so he is turning it over. And he's turned it over to a young man named Martin Leeds, and he's from Germany. So, ladies and gentlemen,
it is time for Mikko's Challenge.
All right, David. I forgot to print my Mikko's Challenge.
Okay.
So I need to.
I just have another word. Well, I'm going to read. He said, thanks for the opportunity to help with your podcast. He sent us some quotes and questions for the season. He's going to keep track of the scoring, and he'll either post it in our Facebook group, which would be cool.
I like that idea.
Or just send it in with the next question. So if you get time, Martin, that would be awesome if you want to set up a post and post the weekly points in that. If you have any questions or want to complain, Dwayne, in advance, feel free to ask. I just added that little complain, Dwayne part.
What?
He probably won't be able to listen to live because of that darn time difference. So, sorry, there's not much we can do about the time difference. One day we'll do a podcast at 4 o'clock in the morning.
We won't.
That's about when I get up, so anyway.
All right, so how about I start? Because let's just go ahead and set it right here how easy yours are going to be.
Well, let's don't keep track of the points. We'll let him do it, and then we'll just find it on the Facebook group.
Who said this? I need some reading material.
I need some reading material. Oh, I have no idea. You think that's super easy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. I need some reading material. I don't think it's any of the brawn. It's not their cup of tea. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. I'm just kidding. I'm going to say...
I need reading material.
Oh, it's Darnell taking a fake aqua dunk. He did not take it very well.
Dadgummit. See how easy that was?
It was a brawn.
Yes.
You were getting happy, weren't you?
Yes. Dadgummit.
All right, here's your first quote.
It's already beginning.
Here is your first quote. We're having fun now, kids. That is your first quote. We're having fun now, kids.
We're having fun now, kids. That would have been... I actually have no idea, so the person who I think would say that would be Jason.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It was Deb.
Deb?
Yep.
Okay.
After marooning on the beach, yep.
All right. This is Survivor. I got to be smart about how I say it.
This is Survivor. I got to be smart about how I say it. I'm going to think that's one of the smart ladies. So I'm going to say Elizabeth.
No, it was Ty in his confessional about hurting trees.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, I'm a gardener, and I think everything should be kept pleasant and clean. But this is Survivor. I had to be careful how I say it.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Here's your second.
Horrible accent there.
Yeah, that was. I hope he gets booted soon because I don't want you to have to sit. I'm just kidding. No, I hope he doesn't. He's on my team. All right, your quote, quote number 2. I got this. 39 days, no problem.
Jennifer.
That was Jennifer. In her confessional after the earbud got killed. Yep.
Yeah. That was right after the ear left. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. They're going to be dead in a few days.
All right. Our audio and video is getting off, so can you say it one more time?
Oh, yeah. They're going to be dead in a few days.
Let's see. They're going to be dead in a few days. Oh, that's probably about the chickens. So I would say Nick.
Yep, that was Nick.
Okay. All right. Quote number 3. This situation I'm in isn't even about the environment. This is all about my own head.
Oh, crud. Jason.
No, it was Aubrey after her meltdown.
Okay. I had no idea. All right. Oh, gosh, really?
Oh, yours are coming.
Oh, man. Puzzles lay down for me like lovers.
Oh, I got to think about it.
Yeah, right. Shut up and answer it.
We're going to say the best bathing suit ever on Survivor, and that would be Mrs. Deb.
Come on, Martin. Seriously?
You don't know how long it took me to route my email through Germany to make you think he's from... I didn't say that out loud.
All right, go ahead.
Let's see. Number 4. Give me 5 minutes.
Give me 5 minutes?
Yep.
Give me 5 minutes?
Yep, quote number 4.
Give me 5 minutes. Pfft. Ty.
There you go. After getting busted searching for the idol. There you go. Way to think through it.
Yeah, you know. Number 5. Right now, nothing can go wrong.
That was Nick.
Yes, it was.
Yep, I remember
his early assessment of the beauty tribe.
That was the curse. All right, So your number 5 quote is, the more numbers I have, the better it is for me. The more numbers I have, the better it is for me.
Jason.
No.
I'm just gonna keep saying Jason.
That was Sydney in her confessional talking about who to evict.
Okay. Number 6. I think that's the best plan ever.
Let's see. Who talked about a plan? I wonder if it was a shelter plan. So, and there's, just so y'all know, we get separate emails now. So there's no way we can see each other's quotes. Let's see. Talking about a shelter, maybe that's the best.
In other words,
ever.
David's not cheating this year like he did last year.
It's not cheating unless you get caught. Let's see.
Hurry up. I got more Downton Abbey to watch.
I'm going to say best plan ever. I'll say Caleb when Ty was putting up the shelter. I don't know.
No, it was Peter reacting to Neil's suggestion of an alliance.
Oh, okay. All right, here's your quote number 6. You ready? Listen good. Being called Obama is part of my daily life. Don't look at the pictures. Don't you look at the pictures. Don't look at the pictures.
Oh, let me think. Peter.
Good answer.
Wow. Okay,
I don't even
I'm
have to
sorry.
look at the answers.
That was
Answer
the easiest
that.
one.
Oh, you
so
got one
far.
more. You got one more.
I don't know if that was the easiest one. The laying down like lovers was really easy.
Yeah.
Number 7, I don't need to prove to you that I'm a bad A.
I want to say that's Jennifer. I see like one of the girls said that.
All right. Drew Christie. Oh, no, wait. It was Jason in his opening confessional.
Oh, see, that was, I thought about him, but for some reason I thought she said that later. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Number 7, I think we get the 4 young bucks and go to the merge.
I think we get the 4 young bucks and go to the merge.
Yep.
Oh, that was Neil.
Yes, it was. Yes. In the ocean, convincing Peter to form an alliance.
Yeah. Number 8, we can just go with Alicia.
Goodness. It's either Scott or Jason. I'd say Scott.
It was Alicia.
What?
After at Tribal, after Jason called her Blondie. We can just go with Alicia.
Well, you could have said it that way.
I like that question, Martin. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Here's your next one. Quote number 8. Get the fish trap.
Get the fish trap.
That is your quote. Get the fish trap. Number 8.
Get the fish trap. Oh, that would have been on the boat. The very beginning. And that was Debbie.
No, it was Ty.
Oh. All right. Next one. Number 9. I don't mind getting dirty at all.
I don't mind getting dirty at all. I really have no idea, so I'm going to guess Deb.
It was Caleb in his first confessional.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I told you I'd be in trouble. I need to watch it twice again. Let's see, but now I got to watch it twice before Thursday night. Let's see. Number 9, 39 days and $1 million in my pocket at the end.
Well, that was Jennifer.
No, that was Nick in his opening confessional.
Okay.
We already read Jennifer's quote, so.
Number 10, that alliance felt pretty natural to me.
That alliance, oh goodness, no idea. So I'm going to guess the girls from the Brains tribe. I'm going to guess Anna.
It was, Anna's on the beauty tribe, you idiot. That was Michelle. That was Michelle from the beauty
I was
tribe.
close. One of the 3. Just got the wrong tribe, got the wrong one, but I was close.
Yeah.
All right, quote number 10. Gets exciting when you get to the end.
What? We're not anywhere near the end.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to say Jason.
No, it was Joe to Aubrey when she was almost cutting a bamboo at the end of cutting the bamboo.
Okay. Number 11, it could just be water.
Alicia. I think several people said it. Alicia or Sydney, so I'm going to say Alicia.
Okay. Towards Jennifer while she has to last the earbug. Okay. All right. Do I have? Yes, you were right.
You have one more.
All right.
I think Jennifer's comeback was, honey, there's blood coming out of my ear.
Yeah.
I remember that part. All right, number 11, last question. I just need to get my paycheck.
That's Jason.
Exactly. So that was your other easy one. So.
Yeah. All right. Possible multiple choice question. If you get the right answer without the options, you get 2 points. If you need the options, you get 1 point for the correct answer. If you guess the answer without the options and are wrong, you won't get any points at all.
Oh, so it's like Survivor. We have to make a decision right away. Do we want to go for broke or do we want the options? Gotcha.
Well, we've always done that.
No, we've always guessed first.
Oh,
yeah.
I like that. Way to go, Martin.
That's Survivor. That's how Survivor should be. Make a decision.
What did Jennifer call Alicia after she assumed that it might just be water in her ear? She said, "My ear is bleeding." And then the word.
I think it's the word I just said. I think she called her honey, and I'm going to go for broke and say that's my answer.
No, it was sweetheart.
Oh!
My ear is bleeding, sweetheart.
What were the choices?
Honey, sweetheart, blondie, babe.
See, I would have gone with honey. I thought it said honey, but you're right. It's sweetheart. Okay, here we go. Your multiple choice question. Which survivor did catch the flint after the immunity challenge? Do you want to guess or do you want the choices?
Oh, which survivor caught the flint?
Yes.
Why don't you... We'll go ahead and do multiple choice.
Okay. Was it Neil, Nick, Debbie, or Ty?
Debbie or Ty. Okay, let's see. I don't remember who won.
And I'm certainly not going to tell you.
I'm going to say Debbie.
All right, next time, Martin, just put all of the beauty tribe in the guesses since they finished second. And usually it's a person standing on the front, which would be the shorter people, so it was Ty. I think. Let me check to make sure.
No, I think he did it on purpose because
Ty.
he did two from each because I don't remember who won.
Yeah, but I would have remembered. That's true. That's why I gave it to you. You're right.
Oh, you idiot. All right, bonus questions. You get 1 point for each correct name, 3 points maximum per question.
Oh, goodness. This is like What
are the three tribe names?
Brain, Brawn, and Beauty. I have no idea what those tribe names are.
I don't either.
No,
it's Gondol, Totang, and Chanlo. I would have never gotten those.
I knew it was a G name, but I had no idea where it went after the G.
All right, what's mine?
This better be just as hard. Who were the people sitting on the rafts during the marooning while the tribe mates threw stuff at them? Oh.
Okay,
I know two of these.
Jennifer, Joe, and I don't remember. Anna.
I knew Jennifer, I knew Joe, but I didn't know the other one was Julia.
Okay, Julia.
So you should get at least 2 points, right?
Yeah, I got 2 points for that.
Good question.
All right.
That was a bad question. Give him the tribe name question.
How can you get 3 points off this one? Wow. Who did the puzzle in the immunity challenge? Name as many as you can. I don't know how he'll score it.
Aubrey and Elizabeth, Jennifer, Alicia, and Scott. And then on the other one, it was I'm gonna guess. See, that was the brains. It would have been Beauty. I'm gonna say Anna and Julia.
Yeah, you got all of them right. That's 7. I don't know if he's going to give you 7 points or just a maximum of 3. I don't know what he's going to do.
I'll take the 7, Martin. Thank you.
Only if my last question has 7 possible points.
No, I don't think I can get more than 3 at the max, so I'll just get 3.
Yeah, but wow.
Okay, here's your final question, number 14. In the same challenge, because there's only one, just in case you forgot, there's only one challenge. Who dove in the water to get the paddles during the immunity challenge?
Aubrey, Darnell, Caleb.
Okay, so you got 3, so see how many more you can get. I'll take, well, do you want me to tell you how many more there are?
Sure.
All right, there's 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Okay, Aubrey did all of them for hers.
Correct.
Darnell, Jennifer also went down.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, Julia went down, I think.
No.
Alicia and Nick. I got the first 3
No,
right,
but you got 3 points. You should get 3 points out of it. It was Aubrey, like you said, for the brain. It was Darnell, followed by Jennifer, followed by Kyle or Jason. And then it was Michelle first, then Caleb, then Ty for the beauty. But you got 3. You got the first 3 of them.
All right.
Questions.
Mikko's Challenge. I don't know if we'll keep naming it Mikko's Challenge because it's confusing because now it's Martin's Challenge.
Well, we could go to Martin's Challenge.
Yeah, we might just have to do that. So anyway.
Thank you, Martin.
Hey,
Good
y'all,
job.
thanks for tuning in tonight or whenever you're listening. Thank you for subscribing on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube. That's pretty awesome. However you listen to us each week, we really appreciate it. I do want to just take a moment to invite you to become a D&D patron. You've made it this far into the episode. That means you must like us. If we're as good as a cup of coffee for you a month, would you consider helping support the podcast? Patreon.com/Survivor Talk, or just go to our website and scroll down, and there's a Patreon bar and an Amazon bar, and both of those are great ways to support the podcast, so monetarily. Of course, the best way to support is to listen and to share with others, to get on Twitter, spread the word. It's amazing how many people that like podcasts don't ever get out of their little circle, and so they don't know of the other podcasts, you know, and they won't know about it unless you share it. So thank you for doing that. So, all right, David, we want everybody to do the DWSC.
8 days, 7 probably by the time you're listening to this.
That's right. So there you go. Be looking for Dwayne's driving predictions and then David's non-driving predictions. David's and Colton's power rankings are up on the website. Brian Mars has already done his blog. Shayna has done hers. Alex's should be coming shortly. And that, my friends, is all we've got. Anything else, David?
I'm good.
All right. See you, everybody.
See ya.